All right, so we'll start Reacts today with a Grumpy Eye video. And I think that this might be a pretty good one because I think him and I might see eye to eye on this. It's titled, My Issue with Insurance and LTI Tokens. And, just right away before it even starts, I've always found LTI to be quite overvalued by players, and it's just a tool for CIG to kind of make you feel like you need to upgrade, or you need to buy a certain ship, or you need to make sure that all your ships have LTI, even though they've stated hundreds of times that insurance is going to be a very minor thing. Similar to if you've ever played the privateer games, you get when you would land at an outpost or wherever, you would land at a station, there would be a very tiny amount deducted from your account to that were basically like landing costs. That's what Ben Lesnick, who I think still works at CIG but isn't on camera anymore at all, kind of compared it to. So let's see what Grumpy has to say, but yeah. LTI.
Hello and welcome to another Grumpy's rehab facility video. This is just a video where I rant, and for some reason people still
Wait, this is just a video where you rant?
watch me rant, and more people watch me rant, and that makes me like nice around here. And yeah, anyway, today we're gonna talk about
every video is him ranting.
The issue with LTI and other types of insurance. So
this one feels like a ramble. Well, we'll see. I mean, insurance and LTI tokens, we still don't know a lot about. So can you do anything other than ramble about this? It's hard.
Let me roll the intro and let's talk about it.
Hello, my name is Grumpy.
Alright, so as always, at the start of these videos, I talk about this, and this number is just fucking amazing. There's like 800 people that subscribed in the past month, and guys, like, slow down a bit, please, because I promised that I'm gonna release like an album and do a giveaway for 5,000 subscribers, so just like chill. No, I'm kidding. The album might be postponed, but yeah, I'm gonna do it, and thank you. Like, I love you guys. Like, I have nothing else to say. I just love you, and yeah, I hope it's mutual. I hope you didn't subscribe just to dislike my videos.
Sorry.
But I mean, some people did.
1 second.
So anyway, let's talk about Star Citizen and the future of Star Citizen, as we always do in these videos. My main issue for today, of course, I was like, first off, I was trying to like think of a topic for today, and like people have helped me, but most of the topics that they suggested I already talked about, like in my previous rehab facility videos, and it's getting really boring and annoying because I don't know what to talk about anymore. But I figured that I never talked about the insurance. Therefore, we're gonna talk about it today. So, there are a few types of insurance for Star Citizen, one of which is going to be life insurance. Hopefully it's like you're going to pay for it just with the in-game money. And then you have the ship insurance, and that's going to be the main topic of this video, of course. So let's talk about the...
Yeah, because they have like cargo insurance and these other things. But again, they've only ever talked about them, but the only one that we have in game right now is in game. And we essentially have what LTI, I believe, will be for everybody. Nice pause.
Life insurance first. That ties in with Death of a Spaceman, and I talked about this.
Oh, true. Component insurance is because I think we're all of the understanding that the way we get our upgrades back may or may not be a thing in the future.
A bunch of times before, and I'm really against it, and I hope that CIG is gonna reconsider it, because like tell me which other game is a good game and it's like fun to play and is like one of the best-selling games and also has like insta-death. Of course, it's not gonna be insta-death, but it's going to be like once you die 5 or 10 times, you will need to make a new character, you will lose some ships, you will lose some components, you will lose a bunch of stuff from your inventory, etc, etc, etc. But in the end, you lose stuff, and like you need to... How else are you gonna learn how to play the game? How else are you gonna learn how to PvP if you don't die a lot? And yeah, that's my main issue with that of a spaceman. And if you don't have insurance, as far as I know, you will not be able to respawn the first time, so you will just need to like do a character reset each time you die. That's...
I don't think that's true.
At least how I understand it. Like, there's a bunch of info, but still, it's all mystical, and I'm pretty sure...
I don't know. He's talking about like regular player insurance. And I don't know if we know too much about that. The thing that we really focused on, of course, because Star Citizen is ships only.
The CAG doesn't even know what they want to do with that, but doesn't matter. The main...
Yeah, he's talking about like our character though, not the actual ship. So like if you don't have like proper health insurance, you might not get a character you might not get like a clone or whatever is what he's saying. I don't know if I've heard anything about that, but
the topic of this video is, of course, the insurance for your ships that you pay for with your own money. So when you buy a starter pack, and if you invest your first money into Star Citizen, you're gonna get a ship with 3 months insurance. And why? Why CAG? Like, see, there's a lot of different insurances. You can buy some ships without insurance. You can buy some ships with LTI or lifetime insurance. And in the end, you can buy some ships with 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 10 months. But like some of them, you have some of them with like 120 months, which is basically 10 years. But why? Aren't we supporting the development of this game? Aren't we the first backers? Aren't we the people that are investing in the future of Star Citizen? Aren't we the people, the backers? Well, aren't we the backers? Aren't we supposed to have nice things? But you're not giving us nice things. And yes, there is a way to get all your ships to have LTI. And how you do it is you buy the LTI tokens, or like those small ships or land vehicles like the Mule or the, what was it before? It was like the Hoverquad. And you buy those because they have LTI, and then you CCU them or cross whatever, upgrade them to better ships. And like, people are buying those in bulks. I have a friend that has like 10 or 20 of mules and hoverquads. Why? Yes. Like LTI 10 hoverquads are $400. And basically what you're doing with buying LTI tokens is that you're trapping your money, and you're giving CAG money, the money that you can't get back. The only way that you can get your money back is like melting your ships and your LTI token ships, and you lose the LTI and you don't get the money back. Like, it's not in your wallet, you get it back as store credit, and that's basically trapping your money. See, like, my issue with this is that we are backing this game, we're playing this game, we're giving you insight, we're giving you feedback, we're promoting the game.
I think you all should just buy the dip and buy, Bitcoin, right? Obviously. I mean, this is it. This is what a better time to invest, everybody, in the next great space game, Star Atlas. That's what I think. All right? That's what I think. The next best space game, Star Atlas, is on the way. It's going to be fantastic. Come on. No, just kidding. Like, this is not the take I was expecting to get from him personally, is that we're investing in the game, we should have nice things. At this point, I think maybe he's right with the place that the game is at right now. We're incredibly like crazy, disconnected, weird things. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm still formulating my thoughts on this whole thing right now And I'll let him continue.
We're doing a lot of things for this game, even though it's not released.
I haven't thought about it in a while.
Even though it's in a really, really shitty state. And we, as backers, as original backers, prior to game's release, we don't get ships with LTI. And now you already have somebody that's like rage typing in the comment section and telling me that like after the game gets released, they're not going to sell ships. Okay. Really? Do you really think so? How the fuck do you think that they're gonna fund the game and the servers? And how the fuck do you think that the servers are gonna stay alive if they don't sell anything? They said that there's not gonna be a subscription. Okay, if there's no subscription, then you have to make money like some way. And then they said at some point that they will be releasing newer ships. They will be releasing like DLCs, but you won't need to have those. And when they said like DLCs, those will be like I don't know, you want to play as an alien and you pay for the DLC and you can choose to be a band.
Yeah, but dude, these are the same conversations where they've been like, yeah, you're going to be able to have multiple character slots. Like, where's that, you know? So there was like a lot of conversations that happened many, many years ago that it's hard to be like, oh yeah, they're going to stick with that. And this is one of those conversations, right? Is there's many things that they said in 2014 that was just, you know, the absolute most dumpster fire time ever for this game. And especially their communication. And I just don't believe anything they said back then.
Or
Van
Duel or whatever. Because currently you can't.
Thanks for stopping by, bro.
At some point, you will be able to with DLC. Also, at some point, they said that they will be releasing concept ships still after the game's release. And they will sell those. Therefore, there's still gonna be sales. And see my issue with that. Like, you can currently buy, because it's Alien Week, you can currently buy, but don't. You can buy the Gatak Raylan for like $225, and it's not even in production, so like it's not gonna be released anytime soon. But you can buy it with 6 months insurance, unless you have like a, I don't know, a mule, and you upgrade from the mule to the Raylan. Why is that? Why is that, CAG? What's the point in that? And like, why is this important? Because at some point,
I get what he's saying.
Once the game gets released officially, and even though it's never going to be finished, it's never like I don't believe in them releasing this game. They're probably going to release the game with like 5, 6 like systems, and that's it. And they're going to call it Star Citizen. It's out of beta phase, whatever, and they're going to release it, but they're going to still develop it, and they're still going to like sell ships. They're still going to do more systems, etc., etc. But at one point, those 3 months insurance on your starter package, they're gonna run out. Your 6 months for the Gatak Raylan, that's also gonna run out.
Okay, they're gonna run out, but then you're just paying for it with Alpha UEC at that point. So it's like this will cover it. You know, if you've ever got a credit card and they're like 0% financing for this long, it's like kind of like that in a way. It's like you don't have to pay for your insurance stuff until after that point happens. And they've always said that the amount of cost that would be incredibly low. And you could buy that UEC from the RSI website. Exactly, Derbamel. Yeah.
And like, what then? And then you lose the ship, or you need to pay for the ship, because I've heard that you will need to pay for the ship with in-game money, and it's going to be basically like you're buying the ship each time you lose it, unless you have insurance, which you can obviously also pay for in the game. But why, for us, for the backers, for the original guys that were here, that were giving you feedback and all of that, why are we not in a better position? If you want to give back to the backers, you would do it by converting everything that we bought to LTI, by giving us LTI ships whenever we buy the first like game package. Even after the release of the game, I will stand by this, that The starter package should
okay.
contain LTI.
Okay. So this is sort of where I thought he was going, and I'm starting to come around to his point of view. And okay, you've lost track of his point 5 times so far. I will try to bring it around. If you can buy a mule and upgrade any ship to that mule, from that mule to any other ship to gain the LTI onto the ship that doesn't have it, why aren't you just offering LTI anyway? I think that's one of the points he's making. And the other one is that you should probably, for a player's starter ship or whatever, have insurance on it. The thing is that you could buy any ship as your starter ship, essentially. That's the only thing where I think it's kind of weird. Maybe you could, like, you know, have it at, you know, only these ships have it. But yeah, I don't know what is going on there. But the thing for me is, because of the way it works, where you have the idea of, okay, I could buy this tiny little ship and then push it up into a big ship and just give that ship LTI. You should probably just be offering it anyway on all ships. And I don't know if where insurance is going and what's happening with it, but the way that you have to manipulate and play this weird game on the website to get this thing, and they know that we're doing it, and that's why for every single major sale, they offer something like the mule. It's always a ground vehicle. It's always something very small because they can't make the ships that small. So they always make these ground vehicles that end up being these LTI tokens, and then they know what they're doing here. They sell $20 to $40 little LTI tokens, and then everybody upgrades from them, right? So it's a weird situation, and they know, and it's like this weird game that they do. I don't, like, Raid says, do we need to? Do we, though? Like, no, of course we don't need to do these things. But, like, let's use some mobile gacha games as an example, right? We've been hearing a lot about those since the Diablo Immortal came out. Like, it's $2 to get this thing that gives you an 800% advantage from where you are right now or something like that. Do you really need to do it? No, but does it feel like you kind of have to sometimes? Yeah. So it's like this, like, baiting thing that they do. And I don't do it. Like, I don't buy the little LTI tokens. I don't do these things. But it's not a good look. You do have to, like, really take a step back and just be like, yeah, like, it's time to like, I don't like what I see. But in the end, insurance is a very weird thing because we don't know a lot about it. And at the moment, we essentially have this weird combination of LTI and, because you're paying, it costs you nothing to get your ship back. And you pay just to speed it up, right? That's what we currently have in game. And then on top of that, you're getting all of your upgraded components back, which we're not sure if that's going to stick or not. I hope it doesn't, but it might.
Should contain a lifetime insurance. Whatever you buy afterwards, whatever. But the starter package must have an LTI. It's just stupid to have 3 months. So what, you're gonna play the game for 3 months, or maybe once the game gets released, you're not gonna be there, you're not gonna see that it got released or whatever, you didn't play it in a couple of months, then you come back, you lose your ship, and that's it. You lose everything. You lose basically everything because you can't even fucking play the game if you only have the starter package, and like what, you just have the game access and you can't play the game. I mean, you can type in global chat to call somebody to pick you up and drive you around and like get you another ship or get you started with money. I don't know, you can do that, but it's still like your main ship, your first ship, your starter package should always be LTI. When we talk about buying other ships after the game's release,
here's the reason why I don't know if I agree with him or not. I feel like maybe he's right, maybe he's not, but I still have to like really think about it. We don't know the true value of LTI yet. So why is he saying it has to be? Because like he's being, for me, he's being caught by the strategies that CIG is using to make you feel like you need this thing. So now he's applying it to the starter ship and saying, we all need this thing. We should have it on everything because, and I feel like he might be like getting caught there a little bit. And it's not really the case whether or not we know if we need this thing or not. And it's a weird thing. Like, are they using it as just a marketing strategy? Or is this legitimately going to be a serious money sink in the game? They've always said no, but yeah.
Yeah, you can do this with like 3 months, 12 months, 6 months, 120 months insurance and all of that. That's fine. But currently, for us, for the backers, we should be able to have LTI for everything. And the only way for you...
What he's basically saying is you should always have one ship, whatever starter package you got, the no matter whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, is what really happens when your insurance runs out and you don't pay for it. Like, especially on a ship that you paid real money for. Like, you guys remember back in the day, there was like a rogue... support guys that said something with a support ticket that said there would be zero chance that you would lose anything that you spent real money on. So is that true? Is it not true? It was immediately taken back, all those things. So there's a lot of like crazy assumptions going on here about the value of LTI. What happens to our ships? It's a weird thing. Like, don't you have LTI anyway? If you're like, are you really gonna lose your Javelin that you spent $3,000 on? You really think you're gonna lose that? Like, this isn't Eve. So yeah, I don't know.
To do that is to buy LTI
It would just cost a little bit of money.
As I've said, LTI tokens just like trap your money. It's basically the same with those like buy cards, or whatever you guys call that. Like you buy a card which has like $200 on it, and you can only use that card in one of the stores, like Costco or whatever. I've never been to Costco, but you know what I mean.
That's so funny.
But
somebody from Serbia like knows the phenomenon of Costco in the U.S. Like,
you already gave them that money on that card. You're like, the next time you're buying something with that card, you're not buying with your money, because your money already was theirs, and you're just like spending the funds on the card. Like, you already gave them that money. It's the same with LTI ships here. Like, you can lose that card. You cannot ever use that card, but you already lost that money. And like, people are buying mules, and people are buying hover quads and legionnaires, and because they have LTI, and then they're like, okay, I'm gonna upgrade to something else. And yeah, but like, why spend your money now just to get that lifetime insurance? Like, fear of missing out. And that's why CAG doesn't have all the ships on sale at all times.
How is it acceptable that CIG is using this as a marketing tactic, a marketing gimmick for gigantic microtransactions, and we're here cooked as fuck, okay with them not providing answers on how this fundamental mechanic we pay for will work? I'm not okay with it. I've never been okay with it. The idea of it existing, I think, is specifically for being a gimmick and being used for marketing. I don't think it has any purpose other than that. And because here's the deal, the history of of LTI is kind of funny, along with my history, is I found out about Star Citizen on an Ultima Online forum, and I didn't know what Kickstarter was. And ironically, I thought this game was a scam. I thought Chris Roberts like went broke and was just looking to make some money. And it turns out I was sort of right. But no, I just like I'm just memeing there, obviously. But the when I decided to buy in, I bought in the day after any ship that you purchased was no longer going to have LTI. Okay. Any ship that you bought from the day that I bought forward was no longer going to have LTI on those ships. That was for early backers only, as a thank you for backing the project early. But then they saw how much value we placed on it, and then started taking advantage of it. And once they realized that, everything started to change. There was a time where ships were only going to be sold for a limited amount of time, and that was it. And then they saw that the gray market existed, and we wanted these ships, and people were willing to spend more money on them. So IAE, Invictus, Alien Week, whatever reason to sell anything popped up after that. So they take the ships down artificially, say, oh, not for sale anymore. Wait until our big sale week, and then bang, $20 million a month, right? So they started seeing our trends and how they were going to take advantage of them. And I don't blame them, especially with the way that the game like blew up in scope and scale and feature creep and all that stuff. They need the money to make it happen, but at the same time, it's pretty gross, and it just has an icky feeling to it. But you don't have to take part in it. I never have. I don't think I've upgraded and done the LTI thing once. I feel like it will be very enjoyable to play the game as somebody who hasn't played the website game, who hasn't spent thousands upon thousands of dollars and just starts out with the Aurora or whatever, something small, and show what that experience is like, rather than just having everything at your disposal at every moment, right? Play the game the way the game was meant to be played, in a way. Whereas now I'm not sure is where or how the game is meant to be played.
It just has like ships sometimes, like during IAE, Alien Week, and all of that. You can't buy, like, you can buy some ships at all times, like the Hornet and stuff like that. You can't buy all the ships. You can't buy all the ships. And that's like, you have a week, 2 weeks per year where you can buy a ship that you want, and then you're gonna like spend your money on that, and that's again pushing you into fear of missing out. And then on top of that, they're gonna give you an LTI token that you can buy for $40, and like on top of that, they're gonna ask you if you wanna get like subscriber items, you gotta subscribe. If you wanna have access to the PTU, you gotta subscribe, unless you're concierge.
But that's not true, because all of those items are now making it into game in the loot boxes. So the idea, so the only thing that is like FOMO now is certain ships and like very, very rare ships, right? And what? LTI. That's pretty much it. Everything else will be in the game at some point. So CIG does this crazy thing where they make you think that you need something, but in reality, it's just going to be in the game anyway, and you're just going to be able to find it, and it's going to be like kind of easy.
And like, what's the? And of course, on top of that, you have like items that they're selling and all of that, like slippers and pikus and stuff like that. So, like, yeah, they are getting a lot of money from you. And
no, I mean rare ships. Sorry for the pause on this one. Is rare ships, when I say that, are like the Vanduul Scythe, the Idris, the Javelin, right? Like these like the AMD and Intel ships, right? Like these very, very rare ones that will never be sold again. But they used to do it with the 890, like, oh, we're only selling 890 jumps, and that'll be it, and until the next time we sell it, you know. The F8 is a whole nother phenomenon. So in case anybody doesn't know, the F8 Lightning is a concierge ship that if you spend $10,000 or more, they'll give you the F8 Lightning, which was a ship that they said that they would never sell, but they're technically not selling it, but they totally are selling it. It's this kind of shit that makes this, like, these are the things that are the shit stain on this game and on this company. And if they didn't do those kind of things when they really don't need to, right? Like they were making so much money anyway, and whatever they're doing now was totally fine. They didn't need to do that stuff. And people will dial in on those things and be like, look at these guys, they're so bad. And it does put like a giant shit stain on whatever work their developers do sometimes, but it is what it is, I guess. I you know, like, I just don't think that there's any way to stop this train. It's going right through the station, you know?
And then in the end, they do Squadron 42. They don't focus on Star Citizen. They just doing like Squadron 42. You saw the banner merchant.
This has nothing to do with LTI.
You
anymore.
saw that there are two guys. It was fucking announced in like 2013, and there's two guys working on it now. Fucking 9 years later, two guys, and like, yeah, it's gonna.
It is kind of shitty for them to use it as this big like marketing tool for Alien Week, and then be like, yeah, we only have the minimum amount of people working on it.
It'll be out when it's out. Okay. Why? Because everybody's working on Squadron 42, which, like, we have no idea, like, is there any progress with a game? Is there any game with that game? Like, are you even fucking doing it? I mean, I guess they are, but still, like...
Oh, you don't know if you don't see it.
We don't know. We really don't know, like... Are they close to, like, be done with it? Are they gonna focus on Star Citizen afterwards? No, because they're gonna do sequels. So, like, I don't know. My main point of this video is that LTI, like, your starter package should be LTI. And then on top of that, if you want to buy other ships after the game gets released, yeah, do the 3 months, 6 months, whatever. If that's cool for you, okay, whatever. But since the game is not released, give us LTI for everything. Because trapping our money with LTI tokens, or those like gift cards, I remember the gift cards, trapping our money like that is simply greedy, and it's a bad look. And please stop it, CAG.
I see. I'll play that. I don't know what happened.
And like, the ship prices are already too fucking high for most of us. They are just too fucking high, even for like US standards. Like Serbia, like.
Hey, what's going on?
I don't know why I find that so funny, dude.
Like, the minimal wage here is like 200 euros, which would be like 220 bucks, basically. So who the fuck is gonna pay for those if they're living in a third world country like I am? Or if they're living in a first world country but they don't have enough money? And then on top of that, they trap your money with LTI tokens, because you gotta have the LTI token, because you never know what's gonna happen and how they're gonna like what they're gonna think of to fuck you once the game gets released. So yeah, that's basically my...
That's a good point. Is you think it's bad now. You think it's bad now. Remember, buying land, buying money, buying reputation, buying more lives for your character, buying apartments in certain cities, buying access to certain... Where are they going to go? If they're willing to be this bad now, where will they go in the future? That's like, listen, I don't care what you do with your money. Okay? I think everybody should be entitled to do whatever the fuck they want. They work hard. You want to blow your money on a video game that may never come out. You want to blow your money on a Diablo Immortal. You want to buy WoW mounts and WoW tokens. You want to buy ISK and EVE. You want to play, Candy Crush and buy a bunch of lives. I don't care. Do whatever the hell you want with your money, man. Okay? The thing that scares me is that the things that we do with our money do inform what they feel they can get away with. Because what every company will do, as they should, is find where the line is. Don't cross it, but find out where it is. And I think CIG is still trying to find where that line is, and they keep trying to push it and push it and push it. And our community has allowed them to keep moving that line forward. My favorite thing, though, is the paints, dude. They'd make so much fucking money if they just sold paint. Holy crap. If they just sold paint the right way, not the way they're doing it now, they would make so much money. Holy
my rant
shit.
for today. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all my patrons for supporting the channel. I love you guys. If you want to be exemplary citizens like these guys, yeah, you can go down in the info section of the video and you can find
I don't see any of you guys there.
the Patreon
Not
link,
one of
and you
you.
can donate some money to me instead of buying LTI tokens, for example. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space, and mwah, bye. Love you.
I like that exit. I like that outro. That was cool. So the 2 out of 10 video. Shut up. Come on. I think he did kind of shoot all over the place, but in the end, I do think that the conversation and the issues that he had with LTI were very valid. The fact that, like, they're opening the door, like, they make it this thing that you feel like you have to reach for, but the way you reach for it is by buying a smaller ship and cross-chest you upgrade and all these things. Like, if you're going to do it, just make it simpler, right? Like, for fuck's sake, just sell it. Like, if you're going to do it that way, just straight up just sell the upgrade on the ship. Oh, you want to buy this ship? Yeah, extra 20 for LTI, bro. Like, just do it that way. Just fucking simplify it. That's where I'm at with it, personally, but I don't know. So I don't, yeah. But then at the same time, it's like this entire FOMO thing that we don't even know if there's any value to it. I don't believe there is, which is why I've never participated in the process of buying an LTI token and upgrading it. I think it's going to be way more interesting to play the game with money sinks than without them. So I personally don't want LTI on my ships. If I happen to get one with LTI because I bought it in concept or something like that way back, then I do. But it's just a very confusing, weird thing. And yeah. But we're also in this, like, perpetual alpha state where the game is so broken that when you die, if you lost things and there were problematic things, like right now, the amount of times we have to hold backspace to resolve issues is a situation where we can't really introduce insurance into the game the way we would like to see it. I haven't mentioned it yet in this video. How I always felt Star Citizen insurance should be is exactly the way Tarkov insurance should be, especially with the idea of PES. I don't know how well it can work because Tarkov is way smaller in scale. You have your one server. Eventually that server closes down, whatever. But if you die and your item was left in a server and nobody came by and took it, if you had insurance on that item, it would be returned to you in a 24-hour period, let's say. I would love if Star Citizen can do that, especially if you're going to save the state of everything. If nobody retrieved that item, item like, say, a coffee cup, yes, exactly like a coffee cup. If you retrieve that, if nobody retrieves that item, well, and you have insurance on it, maybe it should come back to you. But other people have the opportunity to steal it, to loot it, and then you don't get it back. So it's like this middle ground. I've always felt that way, and I felt that way about cargo insurance, about the upgrades on your ship, about everything. So it's this in-between state where it's not a guarantee that you lose everything, but a possibility that you lose some things. And I always thought that was a good way of going about it. I just don't know how realistic it is in Star Citizen, because obviously in Tarkov, like, servers go up and then they come down, and they save the state of those items the moment the server goes down, and it's probably way simpler than a game environment that's always active and live, but who knows? So I think things can, like, massively change with insurance. But yeah, it's weird. But I thought that was a good video, and I thought it was a thought-provoking video, and I saw more chat when watching this video than I saw with many other ones. So you can kind of give Grumpy a hard time for his bouncing around, but in reality, I thought it was really thought-provoking and good. And I didn't know what kind of video I wanted to make this week, and I feel like for the main channel, deep diving into insurance might be fun. So thank you for exciting me on a topic that I didn't think could be exciting, Grumpy. I appreciate it.